Morning Division 35. Today is May, I don't remember what day it is. May 25th, 2020. I can't believe it's already May, the end of May, and we only have one more month together as a class. I just want to say that I'm really proud of each and every one of you for working so hard at home, and that I miss you guys so much. And when I teach these lessons through the video, it's just not the same as seeing you all in person when I can see your faces, smiling, happy every day, and sharing your stories. So I just want to tell you how much I miss each and every one of you. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to talk a little bit about measurement. Now this week is measurement week, and we're going to do a few things to measure different things at home. So let me just talk a little bit about what kinds of tools you can use to measure. Now I'm pretty sure you know about this one. This one is called a ruler. And you probably have this at home. You might use it for drawing, or you might use it for measuring how long something is. So if you wanted to measure how the length of elephant, you're going to have to start on the edge where it says 0 on the ruler, and then you're going to read and make sure that it's straight all the way, and you're going to read how long he is. So he is 18 centimeters long. Now if I wanted to measure how tall he is, that is measuring the height. And so I'm going to use the ruler again, and I'm going to start from the bottom of his foot, starting with 0, and seeing where the numbers go, make sure it's straight, and he looks like he's 18 centimeters tall. That's pretty cool. So we're measuring the height, how tall he is, and the length, how long or short he is. Okay? So this is a very handy tool. Now, when I had to move to a new house, I had to measure my furniture, and I had to use this. This is a measuring tape. You've probably seen this before. And this is really cool because it can stretch back and forth, and there's also numbers on it. There are centimeters and also feet on this. Another thing that you might find at home is a measuring tape that is similar to that one, but it's in paper form, and you might find this in a sewing kit. And this is also used to measure, maybe if your mom or dad is making clothes using a sewing machine, they might measure how long your arms are, or how the length or the width of your neck, things like that. These are all standard units, okay? And they're standard units of measurement because you're using numbers, centimeters, and inches or feet. So these are standard units. Did you know, friends, that you can also measure things that are not with the ruler and not with the measuring tape? You can also measure things with paper clips or Unifix cubes. You guys probably miss using these. These are also measuring tools, and they are non-standard units. So remember, these are standard units because they use centimeters and inches, and these are non-standard. But 1 cube is 1 unit. Let's see how many units we have here. Let's skip count by 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 units. Let's see how tall elephant is using our Unifix cubes. So we're going to measure the height, how tall he is. We got to make sure that our measuring tool is always starting at the edge of where he is standing, and it has to be straight. So I still need more cubes. I have 8 so far. Let's see. Wow, I think this is just right. Perfect. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 plus 1 is 13 units. So elephant is 13 Unifix cubes tall. Now let's see how long he is, the length of him, using, what's this? Paper clips. Okay, same thing when we measure, we have to make sure that we have to put it on the edge of where, of this side of him. And we can carry this across. Whoa, perfect. I actually have enough. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 paper clips. I don't know if you can see it. 4 paper clips long. So this is his length. So this is another way to measure. Now let's just review some measurement tools. Over here I have them. So when we're measuring, our tools start at the edge. Just like when we were measuring elephant, we have to make sure that we start from the edge. So pretend there's a line right above his head. That's where we start. We don't start measuring how tall he is from the bottom of his nose, because that wouldn't be accurate. Okay, rule number 2. Tools are the same size. So if we are using paper clips, we can't use paper clips and Unifix cubes. They all have to be the same size. So these are perfect. If we had smaller and bigger ones, it wouldn't work out. They all have to be the same size, not different. Number 3, there's no spaces in between. So let me put this back. When I was measuring elephant, I need to make sure, see, this one came out. If I'm measuring how tall he is, the height, I have to start at the edge, pretend there's an imaginary line above his head, and see how the paper clips are one after the other all together? There's no space in between the paper clips at all. So it's very important when we're measuring that we don't measure things. So it's hard to show you here. They all have to line up. Let me put this back in here. So if you have some paper clips at home, you can put them together by stringing it through right here. And then you can keep adding more paper clips. So if you want to measure the ruler, you keep adding them. See how there's no space in between? That's exactly how we measure, and we have to count how many units of paper clips we have. Okay? That was our mini little lesson about measurement. Now you can measure many things at home. There are other tools you can use. You can use your shoes to measure things if they are the same size. You can use your hands. So if I want to measure, I don't know what else to measure. If I want to measure Piggy, maybe how tall he is 1 hand length tall. Or if I want to measure my remote control, it's going to be a little harder. I'm going to have to put it right here. 1 hand, and I have to make sure my other hand is lined up. It looks like 1 hand and a half tall is the remote control. You can use so many tools at home. Anything that you can find that you have the same thing over and over, you can use that as a non-standard unit. Well, I hope you had fun learning about measurement. It's so fun to measure things around the house, and there's so many different ways we are measuring things. We measure things when we pour water into a water bottle, or when we're baking with mom and dad. It's just so useful to measure things.